The lock it in, the lock it in. It was it's something we started doing towards the peak of Rice Mountain, is locking it in. And
The lock it in was a great example of what really exemplified Rice Mountain, I think.
it started kind of straight. I was on tour down in Richmond, Virginia with Food, summer of '03. We played a place called Nancy Ray Gun, and as we were packing up our equipment at that end, there was just like some daytime drunk dude came wandering up the street, and he decided he wanted to help us out, pack up their amps and whatnot. And he would stand there, and there'd be a nice little spot for the amp to go in there, and we'd be putting it up in there, and I guess he was more spectating than helping, because he would just be like, yeah, lock it in there, lock it in. Get up on in there, Governor.
Governor, you gotta lock it in. You just gotta lock it. You gotta lock it. You gotta get that cabinet in there. You gotta lock it in. You gotta lock it in.
This dude was just off the wall, this dude. So the lock it in sort of stuck with me, and we were doing shows up at the Den of Doom up there in Johnsonville, Delurys, and we'd close the door on the den.
And it locked everyone in, the den. So it was a small confined space, and it made you feel kind of tighter and closer. And it was scary, and it was intimate, and it was confusing, and it was great. And then Simon would take out this Sharpie marker. He'd lock it in. He'd yell, lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
And then I'd grab everyone's forearm, whip out my Sharpie, right, lock it in. The forearms were given up quite freely.
We'd all get lock it in on our arms, and as we locked it in on our arms, we would all be locked in. We'd be locking in our friendship with one another. And we'd be locked in closer, and all of us would be locked in this building, and we'd be locked in with the phrase on our arms.